Salam alaikum, alaikum salam. Kansambila kutare. Hope you guys are doing great today. I'm here back on. I was asked a question in regards to what is a chichiriku, and there's a lot of folklore out there that you can read upon chichirikus from Cuba. A lot of folklore in Cuba about chichirikus. There are also some that speak about it coming from Africa, contained in a receptacle, kind of like in a jar, was brung over in a jar, and speaks about some way, somehow the jar fell and broke, and the chichirikus were able to escape from that jar. And then it also speaks about chichirikus going into where the slave masters and the slaves are, and they seen how the slave masters treated the slaves, and they ran into the woods, into the wilderness, because they didn't like that. Chichirikus are spoken of being a creature or creatures of this proportion, meaning that they are big-headed, big-eye, short, almost like midgets. Some speak about them having a disproportionate phallus. Some speak about them having long fingers, and that nature. It speaks about chichirikus reside a lot in the country, inside the woods, and the majority of the time on tree branches. And they jump from tree to tree. Like that, they speak about that. From my understanding, a chichiriku is an indoki. That's how I look at a chichiriku. Everybody could have their own opinion and could look at it whichever way they are taught. But to me, chichirikus work more towards the vibration, the negative vibration, more towards the negative side. Even the wood, which is the most orthodox way of doing a chichiriku, is out of wood, using a wooden figure. They usually will get a wood that vibrates very strong on that side of that polarity being more towards negative. My understanding of a chichiriku is it can only do one job at a time. Meaning, if you send it out to do something, that something is the only thing he could do whenever you send that out. He can't do multiple things at multiple times. My understanding of a chichiriku is of being very mischievous, very dangerous. Even the one who has a chichiriku has to be very careful and be able to control it, because it's a prankster, it's a trickster, it's a mischievous vibration. When you speak about spirituality, it's a negative spirit, and usually chichirikus, the spiritualities that they have are, spirits that have done very wicked things in life, and you're not going to expect something that live their life of wickedness to do anything good. So they vibrate more on the negative side. What else? Nowadays, chichirikus are being made or conformed out of other types of products other than wood. I respect everybody's lineage and how everybody does them. But the orthodoxy way, like I said, was made out of wood. I heard of now they make them with, they take fabric and make them out of fabric, out of leather, different types of forms. And all respect goes to the houses who do it whichever way. I believe that anything that's done right and proper with the right, how can I say, with the right tratados, and it works, hey, that's all that counts. Usually they are made to look very scary, having big heads, big eyes. Something that when you look at it, you know that that's nothing good to be messing around with. What else can we say about a chichiriku? What else about chichirikus? There's a lot of folklore out there. You could read so much about chichirikus. The majority of the time, mostly in Spanish, but in short words that I could give you, chichiriku isn't doggy. Chichiriku is to do malevolent things. Chichiriku vibrates more towards that negative polarity. Chichiriku is not for good. Chichiriku, be careful if you own one, because it could even mess you up. As one thing I could tell you is that a lot of tatas, they own them, usually have them chained to one of their receptacles, and what that does is that it helps that tata manipulate and control the chichiriku using the spirituality of his receptacle. Be safe, guys. Have a good night, a good day. Talk to you guys soon. If you own a chichiriku, I hope that you have it well in control and well defined of what a chichiriku is, what a chichiriku could do and can't do, and the possibility that chichiriku, if you don't know what you're doing, could also harm you yourself in your sleep, wake you up, hit you, whisper in your ears, do a whole bunch of different things. There's big stories out there of blindness, them leaving people blind, of a whole bunch of things. So be careful. Salam alaikum, alaikum salam.